Hey y'all, welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, Friday has a stakes race, like every day at the spa, and it's the Coronation Cup. So let's take a look at it. The Coronation Cup is the ninth race on Friday's card, and it's a turf sprint for 3-year-old fillies, and it's for 5.5 furlongs. My Sweet Affair, number one, is trained by George Weaver, who had a really nice bang-up Belmont meet. And so he's coming into this race on all cylinders. Very positive angle, 20%, 67% in the money with a $3.87 ROI in this spot. This one is definitely has some quality. You see that, and you're getting a Rad Ortiz and newer the first couple starts she had, particularly in the Limestone, ran a really nice race behind Love Reigns. The thing with this one is since that effort, you kind of got to wonder why she hasn't built on it a little bit. And I get the sense that this one likes to run to the level of competition. And what I mean by that is just will sort of run with the girls and not strive to win. You can see certainly that that this one will always, try to win, it looks like. But this never seems to get there. The last one closed from 4 wide from the rear end, was gaining on Basarati in the stretch. But again, didn't quite get there. Perhaps Irad will be the difference. But I kind of have a feeling this one's more likely to be under. Number 2 is Love Appeals. And I really like this horse. That last start, granted, it was an optional claimer. But she ran with authority, and that's really what I liked more than anything else. And it was she's been at longer distances, but you do note that as they cut back, her buyer numbers are going up, and you always like to see steady improvement like that. Now she's gone to the bench and had a freshening. I think perhaps they may have been pointing for this one. She's by Speightstown, who is a leading sire at Saratoga, and you're going to hear that a lot from me because it's really important at this track. So I would up her chances in that regard. And like I say, that last race was a pretty good field. Sweet Lou's got aces, came back and won next time. So I expect her with Clement as the trainer to be fire on all cylinders. And she did have a little bit of a gap in her tab back in May, but has had 3 works since, and whatever the problem was, I'll presume they fixed it. So she should be in good shape for this race, and I really like her chances. I think she's a win candidate. Anna's Arabesque comes from Phil Bauer, who's a really solid trainer, and he places his horses very well at Saratoga. This one's by Munnings, who's the son of Speightstown, again, another leading sire. And so that's a plus, and you get Florent Giroux, a regular rider. This one did have to come off the turf at Ellis to win the maiden, but the efforts prior to that did demonstrate some quality and at this distance. So I think it's a good spot for her. I'm not sure the top end is there to take this one down, but you are getting 8-1, and I think an under finish is very likely with a good price. Love Reigns is the favorite. Wesley Ward, turf sprint. What more do you need, right? Well, this one really always has bothered me about this one. It always seems to be going to the bench. And I remember the start prior to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. She was going to run and then got scratched. And right after the Breeders' Cup Juvenile turf, she scratched, and we didn't see her again until April. And so it's just always a little thing about this horse. Its soundness seems to be an issue, and all the stars have to be lined up right to get this one on the track. Needless to say, when she gets on the track, she knows what to do. Won the Limestone. It was a pretty dubious ride by Joel Rosario. It took her back when it really wasn't necessary. She probably could have won by a lot more. But the point is, she was able to overcome trouble and get up and win it. And so she demonstrated a lot of quality there for sure. So she's a logical favorite in this race and an obvious win candidate. And you absolutely have to use. Violet Gibson is one that has been running at longer distances, and I think the cutback is probably a good move. If you look at her last three starts, she seemed to be keen up on the lead and then faded late. And was fading a little bit more the longer she stayed at longer distances. So I think sprints are probably her game. So Safi's making the right move by cutting her back. You do get Jose Ortiz. Safi Joseph is 12% route to sprint on turf and 10% lifetime at Saratoga with a $1.21 ROI. So he doesn't usually win unless he's got the chalk, and that's not the case here. You do see the buyers were regressing. I think that's more attributable to the running continuously at a distance that she doesn't want. So I'll expect her to run a better effort here, but it's probably not good enough. Underneath is probably the most likely position, but I'm not even sure about that. I don't think I'd be using her. Wild Hawk just isn't fast enough. Hasn't run on turf, that's true. Her sire is 7% first-time turf, and the dam sire is 7% first-time turf. And there's no turf record for the dam. So it's kind of spotty turf form, and she really hasn't demonstrated anything to indicate that she would be competitive here, even if she does take to the turf, so I'll pass. Unified Alliance is by Unify, the son of Candy Ride, a leading sire at Saratoga. And the dam is by Speightstown. So you got a double dose of good Saratoga potential there. This one is another that hasn't run on turf, and obviously that's a big red flag. The sire is 3% with first-time turf. The dam sire is 12%, and there's no turf record for the dam. One of the things that you can't like when you look at this one's running lines is that it seems to give up the lead pretty readily, and you do have another front runner right next door who knows how to keep the lead. So I don't, Tom Morley's a good trainer, and he must know something, but I think this one would have to have a monster effort. Better than anything she's ever run before, and I don't think it's likely. Given the other early speed, Bossarati right next to her, I think her chances are pretty remote. I would pass. Bossarati, number 8, trained by Brittany Russell, who's just been lights out all year down in Maryland, and she's no stranger to Saratoga. She knows how to get it done up here, too. You get Tyler Gaffleone, a jockey who knows how to ride on the turf, so those are all positives, I would say. This one there's no secret to what this one wants to do. It wants to get on the front end, and ran pretty well in the Stormy Blues last time to get up for the W, and looked really in command in doing so, and that's what I liked more than anything else. Going to be very difficult to wire this field, and you're probably going to get a little bit of pace pressure that's going to make it awful difficult. But this one's in top form. There's and has a puncher's chance at the very least, and I think maybe this one can hang on for under. I think that would probably be more likely. If this one goes to the main track on the dirt, L Street Lady is one to definitely think about. The last couple have been at the stakes level. The Miss Preakness, no sin, finishing third to Maple Leaf Mel. We saw what she just did in her last start in the victory ride. So that's a pretty special horse. So did a nice job and then came right back to win in the Jersey Girl. So I think this one's dirt form is good and solid. And third off the layup is always a good place, particularly Brittany Russell as the trainer. So if it does go to the dirt, this one's certainly a win candidate. So here's what our top 5 looks like for the Coronation Cup. I'm going to go with Love Appeals, number 2, to pull the upset. I really liked what I saw from this horse in the last one. Seemed to be in really top form and firing fresh for Christophe Clement. I think there's a lot to like about this one, so I'm going for the upset. Love Range is certainly capable of winning this race. If Joel Rosario gives her a decent ride, and that's always subject to question. So I'm going to try to beat her. Anna's Arabesque, number 3, Phil Bauer, nice trainer. And I think there's some things to like here, and you're getting a good price. More than likely under, but I think this one will factor. Number 8, Bossarati for the pace factor. Could get loose on the lead and wire the field. It's going to be a tall order, but I think she's in really good form and could steal a piece at the end of it if she weakens. My Sweet Affair, number 1, certainly capable of competing in this race. But I just got a feeling this one likes to run with the girls as opposed to winning. That's just a little feeling I got. Call me crazy. She's certainly capable, but I think she's coming from behind. I'm not sure she's going to have enough to get the job done. Under, I think, is more likely.
So call me crazy, but I'm going to try to buck the trend. I really liked what I saw from Love Appeals, and I think she can pull the upset. So let's go for value and see if we can get it done. I hope our analysis helps you with your wagering, of course, and I wish you the best of luck this weekend. RightAtTheWire.com is up and running, and so go over there and take a look. I think there's some nice opportunities for you, and I hope you check it out. We will continue to have video content here at the YouTube channel, and a podcast will be up and going fairly soon, so be on the lookout for that for those of you who prefer audio. But you'll be getting all things Saratoga here, and I hope you keep coming back for it. If you do like what you see here, of course, please like and subscribe. And thanks to all of you who have made the journey with us so far, and we'll keep moving forward. Love the way this community's growing, and keep those comments coming. I always love to hear from you guys, and I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, be well.